Hey, I'm going to try to draw two similar triangles. So let's see. Got this guy right here, and then over here like this, and then the the hypotenuse goes something like that. Ooh, that's a little wiggly. Okay, so now I'm going to draw a similar triangle, which means that it's the exact same shape, just smaller. Okay, so, but, so maybe it would look like this. Okay, like this, and like this. And does it look like they're just smaller versions of the same triangle? Kind of, sort of. Okay. So, how about we do this? What if this guy over here was 14 feet, right? Now, which side would correspond with this side, right? Well, this guy, right? It's the same side, but in a different triangle. So those are called corresponding sides. So let's just say that that side is, say, I don't know, 5. Okay. Now let's just say that this over here is, how about 8? Okay. Like that. And we want to know what this is. So your next assignment is really just about this. So, okay, I'm sorry. It's late, and I am feeling a little bit goofy, but here we go. Get it together, Pharaoh. Okay? This is serious. So this is how you do this. Step 1. Now, I'll give you a diagram. Now, step 1 is just make 2 fractions like this. Okay? And we're going to try to link up the sides. So, in other words, if I put this, right, well, we'll do this, 14, right? And then over here on this one is the corresponding side. It goes over here. So 14 on the big one, that's the hypotenuse, right? Well, on the small one, it's 5. So I'll put a 5 there, like that. Now, on the big triangle, right, we've got this 8 over here, right? So we'll say, okay, 14 and 8, 14 and 8. So this fraction is kind of like looking at the big triangle, and this fraction is looking at the small triangle. So 14 is the hypotenuse, 8 is the short side. So we will say that 14 is the hypotenuse, 8 is the short side. And then we say, well, on this little triangle, we got 5 as hypotenuse and x is the short side. So we put this bad boy over here, like that. Okay. So now, actually, I think I'm running out of room here, so I'm gonna make some stuff smaller, like this. Okay, that should work. Now, how do we figure out what x is? Well, I really like using the giant 1, right? So I'll do this. It's x over x, okay? And I just like drawing these giant ones. Looks like that, right? And then this one is 8 over 8. And I'm going to draw a giant. The reason I draw a giant 1 is that I'm multiplying this fraction, right? I'm multiplying this fraction by this, which is just 8 divided by 8, which is 1. It's just written in a different way, okay? to illustrate that we're not really changing the fraction, we're just multiplying it by 1. We're changing what this fraction looks like. Okay, anyway, enough of that. So, what do we got? Oh, we're going to oh, wait a minute. You know what? The thing that's kind of nice about this is that once you have this, it's called Fraction Buster. Some of you said you recognize that. And Wango, we can cross that out. That's very nice. Okay. So we end up with, well, on the top, 14 times x is 14x. And equals to, okay, 5 times 8, which is 40. Okay, last step. What do we do? Well, we should probably divide both sides by 14. Divide by 14, divide by 14. Oh, there's that giant 1 again. Hello, sir. Giant 1, because you're just a 1, right? 1x. So that turns into 1x, and it's 40 divided by 14, which I don't know what that is. Hold on a second. And according to my calculations, 2.85. Now, in the sheet that you're going to do on your own, it says to round to the nearest tenth. So this would, I guess we'll do squiggly lines, right? Approximately 2.9 is our answer. So that's how you do that. Okay. Should we do another one? Let's do another one. I'll try to make it quicker this time. Okay. Okay. Take a quick look at this question. Right. We got 2 rectangles. Okay. So, just so they're not confused, this x right here goes with this side right here, okay? X and 7, 14 and 24. Now, some of you may be looking at that and say, I think I already know the answer. Okay, that's fine, but let's do the process anyway, because you're going to have some ones that are trickier. So, let's see. We are going to, what do we do first? Oh, yeah, we set up 2 fractions. Here we go. We're going to set up 2 fractions like this, like that, and we're going to say that 24, right, is corresponding, right? The 24 is the same as the x, so we can put the x over here, right? And then we'll say, well, then the 14, right, the 14 corresponds to the 7. Like that. Whoops. And Wango. Now, again, I'm running out of room. Oh, this is going to be bad. I messed up this whole drawing. Okay, well, let's see if we can do it anyway. Oh my gosh, this is horrible. Okay. Well, you know what? We're going to do it anyway. Okay, I think we got it. Now, let's see, what are we going to do? We are going to, how about this? Ooh, the giant 1, right? That's my favorite. 14 over 14, right? Because of this 14 over here. And I get to draw a giant 1, which is one of my favorite things. Okay. And then over here we say it's 7 over 7. Now, you probably learn, like, cross multiplication or something, which is exactly what we're doing, but they don't tell you why. They just say do it, right? It's like, it's magic. This is why we do it, okay? We're multiplying it by 1. It's just a different form of 1, right? 14 over 14 is the same thing as 1, right? So we're not changing this. 1 times anything is that same thing. Anyway, let's see. Now we get to do another one of my favorite things, which is crossing this out, okay? And now we get, let's see, oh, 14x again. That's weird. Didn't we have that on the last problem? 14x is equal to, and 7 times 24. Let me do that. 7 times 24, because I don't know my 24s, right? 168. Now, what do we do to solve this thing? Well, we're going to divide it by 14. and divide by 14 because we want to know what 1x is. What? There's a giant 1 again. Hey, buddy, how you doing? So that's a 1. 1x is equal to 168 divided by 14. 168 divided by 14 gives you 12. Hey, wait a minute. Did you already know it was 12? But I just wanted to show you the process, right? So, because this was 7 and 14, this is just double whatever that number is. So 12 times 2 is 24, right? Sometimes they call it the scale factor. Like the scale factor is 2. We multiply this size of this. This is twice as big. Okay. Now, that's that. Hopefully this helps you with the assignment. And goodbye.